Hey guys, welcome to the All About the Hype podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jade Vincent.
And I'm Kyle Kaplanis. And today we have a special guest named Sally Prosser.
For our first episode.
Whoop whoop. And here it goes. Hi Sally, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you? Thanks for having me on the show.
Pretty good. Yeah, Jade and I are excited. We're excited to have you with us. And yeah, we'd love for you to introduce yourself to our audience and let us know who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I am a voice coach based in Brisbane, Australia. But as my business cards say, no, it's not singing. Because everybody asks if I'm a singing coach.
Right.
So I'm in the world of speaking. And so I work with all sorts of people who find themselves needing to speak, not just on stage, but also in meetings or school speeches even. And yeah, so I say, unless you've sworn a lifetime vow of silence, then I'm happy to work with you.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. Yeah. What has been like the most fun speaking kind of stuff that you've done over, since you've been doing this?
Well, I have an interesting job coming up actually, and it's called Schmooze School, and I'm working with a local theatre, and they're finding that a lot of people have to take clients to the theatre but are not really sure about the body language or how to make small talk, and it just all seems a bit awkward. And I've been there. I know what it can be like. And so that's a really interesting bit of work that I'm doing to help people feel more comfortable in situations that they might not have that much experience in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I know Jade just did her first speaking gig on stage, so
Yeah.
I think
Congratulations.
I probably learned a lot from you. But yeah, I don't know if you saw her on our stage, but I think she did pretty good.
Yeah. I felt pretty awkward at first, but then once I got into it, I was like, okay, this is fun. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, what are 3 tips then for you as a voice? You call yourself a voice coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are 3 tips that maybe you could give somebody that is looking to just get into maybe speaking or just being able to speak more confidently?
Also benefiting me.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say the steps are always the same. It always starts with mindset. So you've got to work out, what are you telling yourself? Because your inner voice I say your real voice is a megaphone for your inner voice. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying, I can't do this, there's all these people, oh my God, that's going to affect the way you speak. So it's looking at your mind first. The next thing is, I say, look at your body. What's the body language doing? A quick tip is, imagine you're wearing Victoria's Secret angel wings like you're on the runway.
Yeah. Okay.
And that'll just help keep your shoulders back. And I also say, imagine that your legs are like tree trunks. Just what every woman wants to hear, right? That you've got legs like tree trunks. But it helps to make you feel more grounded. And then after that, get the breath in. Usually when we get nervous and we lose our voice, it's because we don't breathe correctly. So I say, imagine that you're breathing into your bottom, away from your shoulders. And even though it's a bit of a gross metaphor, people usually remember it.
All right.
Sometimes it just takes that, I find. Using something that it might even be, like you said, gross, but it is something that somebody will remember. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, okay.
That was kind of disturbing, but it's sad.
Yeah, and these are the times you need it, right? When we're here, we're just chatting, we're relaxed, it's quite easy, but it's about when you're about to go on stage and you feel the nerves and everything's going to custard and you're like, oh my gosh, that's when stuff like, oh, breathe into your bottom, if that can come into your head, then it really helps.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one thing, I'm not a voice coach by any means, but when Jade did her thing, I was like, just breathe. Mm-hmm. That's so key, because you can really tell. I know you probably can see that, but you can really tell when somebody's nervous to just keep talking and talking and don't get a breath in.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh yeah.
Right. I think we've all been there at some point in our life. So yeah, we're really excited to have you on our show, because our show is really big on TikTok and how people are using it to for their business or having fun with it, or if it's a hobby or anything. So yeah, we really love to know a little bit more about your TikTok and maybe why you joined. Or
so what inspired you to join TikTok?
Well, I was just reaching over to put my phone on silent then, because I was TikToking right before our chat today. I guess it was the first I heard of it was some family friends, their daughter was talking about TikToking at a party. And I remember thinking, I have no idea what that is, and that's fine. And then I think it was LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I might have even seen one of your posts come up and say, get on it. And then it was also listening to Gary Vee. And Gary Vee's like, get on TikTok.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the platform, I thought, this could be really good for me because my brand is, I fancy myself as an amateur comedian, even though most people don't think I'm that funny. But I thought it would be a good way to just do short and sharp things. And in the beginning, if you look back to my original TikToks, it was like a lot of people, it was just trying to work out how it worked and what to do. And then I joined before Christmas last year.
Okay.
And then a couple of weeks ago, it was a Thursday, I had ran a workshop all day. I had a couple of clients and I just threw the phone up against my lamp and in one take just gave a few things that had annoyed me that day. And it was 3 things that a lot of the younger demographic, even though I don't like dividing the generations. I know we do it a lot. I don't think it's helpful. I think it's, we're all in this together. But I talked about vocal fry. And vocal fry is kind of like that crackly voice that you get like that. And about using too many filler words are sort of like, and the last one was going up at the end of every sentence.
Oh, okay.
And in Australia, we really do that. Canada as well, actually. And I'm not sure, in this episode, you might be able to play that original TikTok clip.
Yeah.
Don't do these 3 things if you want to sound confident, competent, and credible. Number 1, vocal fry. That kind of crackly sound when you're talking while holding your breath. Number 2, sort of like, using too many like filler words, Number 3, especially for the Aussies out there, using the rising inflection at the end of every statement so it doesn't sound like we're finished or really believe in what we're saying. And so if we use all of these 3 things together, then do we sound like someone that you'd want to work with or that really knows what they're talking about? Anyway, so I just did it in one take, went to bed and then, oh my God, and Jade, you'd be able to relate to this when you wake up and your phone is just like blowing up.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely been there.
It was just like, because I had 45 followers, 5.
Wow,
right?
45.
Yeah. And it was just 99 notifications. And a lot of the comments coming through were good, but a lot of them were quite harsh as well. Like, don't tell me what to do, Karen. And don't be so aggressive. And that's fine. And that's why I really try to say, hey, just giving a helpful suggestion.
Yep.
Don't have to take it on board if you don't. Anyway, so that was on the Thursday. By the following Thursday, I had more than 10,000 followers.
Wow.
Right, so I went from 45 to 10,000 in 1 week.
Wow.
And now, so Thursday just gone would have been 2 weeks. So we're at Saturday here, so just over 2 weeks. And this morning, I just hit 20.1.
Wow.
Yeah, and what I found interesting is
amazing.
Since then, I've done a couple of other ones that have got up around that, I guess, viral mark. I mean, you guys will be able to tell me what's viral. But that original one has just let me have a look. It's around almost about to hit 900,000 views.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Definitely. I would consider that viral 100%.
Oh, yeah.
But then now the pressure's on because lots of other ones I've made haven't gone that well.
Yeah.
Honestly, that happens to me too. Like, I have 1.3 million followers. Some of my videos will do absolutely amazing. Some of them don't do that as well. It happens to everybody. So, yeah, don't let that pressure kind of sit on you because it's happening to everyone.
Yeah. I think, and that's what's kind of, like, I think people need to realize that with TikTok, it's not all about, like, you're not going to get that kind of consistent viewership. So it's, like, important to be consistent and make videos because that maybe those first 3, like, after that video won't do well, and then the next one will. So just be consistent and you will see, you'll see.
Yeah.
And I guess the thing for me as well, like a lot of people, so I do have done a lot on LinkedIn and that's after referrals, LinkedIn would be my number 1 lead generator. And I find a lot of people are saying, oh, TikTok, oh, that's nice. The kids are on that. And oh, it's just vanity. Who cares if you've got 20,000 followers? But I can tell you guys, since this has happened, I have already converted. There is money in the bank account directly from this. Wow. I've had inquiries from all over the world. Mm-hmm. I've had more signups to my online course, which starts on Monday, which is great, coronavirus safe. Yeah. And I've just had my Instagram following has jumped by almost 400. So my Instagram following was sitting on about 1,100. I don't think I was really doing it well. I don't know. I was just on there.
Yeah, right.
But it's been the TikTok following that's brought everybody across.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I am considering now calling myself a TikTok creator on all my other platforms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, again, you know more than this than me, but I feel like I'm on the crest of this wave in the best position. And it's like, it's not really a secret, but no one seems to be jumping on this bandwagon of opportunity.
I know.
I know. And I find that so stupid because there's so many opportunities that TikTok can bring you. Like you said, this is brought you business as well. It's definitely helping people out. Brands and businesses 100% need to be on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I'm on it. So it's a business platform, but also I'm getting I feel so good being on it. There's lots of people that are writing, Sal, thank you so much. Your videos have helped me. I'm learning more from you than I learn at school. Right. Why don't we get taught this stuff?
Exactly.
And there's just such a great audience there of people who are looking for good information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what we've noticed with Gen Z. So Gen Z is now they want a new way of being educated because the old way is old, basically.
Yeah.
So they're looking for, they're going on and looking for videos like TikTok, and they're looking to be educated there, and they're having a good time. And these kids want to learn.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah. So it's awesome. I know Jade's can speak more on Gen Z, but
yeah, no, because Generation Z, we move very fast, and with school, it feels like it just drags. I remember being in school and I was like, this is just I feel like I'm not learning anything because it's taking too long. Mm-hmm. So we like to learn fast. We pick up things really fast. So when we see a 15-second video, I learned how to do a freaking whole new dance trick by watching a 15-second video.
I know my makeup game has already improved.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
And the other thing is there's a psychologist on there called Dr. Julie Smith. She's awesome. You guys got to get her on. And so we've connected because she's like, Sal, I love your stuff. I say I love her stuff. And because between her work and my work, there's a lot of alignment. Mm-hmm. And so it's been really great to do that. And also recently TikTok's assigned me a manager.
Okay.
But I don't know. One of the things they said, oh, you got to make sure that your lighting and your audio is really good. But I find that I don't know, the ones that seem to do really well, that doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
No, I have noticed that too. With the it's weird because people would think the better the quality, the better the more views you get. But I've noticed that sometimes I could post a video first thing in the morning, everything's looking really crappy, and it does amazing, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And especially for me, you guys can hear me now, this is my real voice, this is how I speak, but I have a lot of people saying, oh, you're so stuck up and you sound so posh and and so if anything, I don't want to look too polished because I'm trying to show people that I'm not like that.
Yeah, but that's how TikTok is, and that's what I love about it. You don't have to be perfect to be big on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to just be authentic and just be you.
Just being yourself.
Yeah. And you will get those comments. I wanted to say when you said people were don't tell us what to do, Karen.
That's just
that they were. I don't think they were even being negative. I think they were just being funny and going along with your video. And that's just
look, that's why when I get that, I just put laughy faces and laugh along. Oh, there have been some legitimate bad comments you don't know what you're talking about, you classist, elitist charlatan. And I mean, that's quite funny because my background's very working class Australian. So I'm just well, okay.
Yeah, no, Gen Z can't be like that. We can be kind of annoying sometimes, but that's just kind of our sense of humor. It's just how we are.
Yeah. Jade, I'm going to have to message you and just be like, just because in the beginning, I didn't know whether stuff was a positive comment or a negative. So when everyone was calling me the CEO of things, I was like, if I heart this, do I look like I don't know what I'm doing? And just so your listeners know, I'm 34. So I've never felt as old as I do in the world of TikTok.
Yeah, but you're gonna soon feel young again, being with this audience and learning and making videos and be like, yeah, I'm on TikTok, I'm cool. Like, because the Gen Z actually, like, if you do well on there, they like categorize you as like their friend now. Like now you're like part of their like culture.
Like I'm friends with people that are older than my parents because they're cool on TikTok. I'm like, dang, like I want this person to be my best friend. And then I find out how old they are. I'm like, you're like the same age as my mom. And they're like, I see them as one of my really good friends, but like, you're definitely doing something right.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. And I think that rather than make TikTok a generational divide thing, I think it's a great opportunity to bring the generations closer together.
Exactly.
You know, like the TikTok grandpa is awesome. Have you seen him? It's like, I think that, and people who are saying that's for the young and not for the old, I just don't think it's helpful. I think this is a great opportunity for us to bridge the generational gaps.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, I'm so much more closer with my family now because of it. Like, my parents at first they weren't too keen on the idea of TikTok, but now they love it, and we actually have things to talk about and stuff like.
Well, and also you're like a TikTok megastar.
But I at first, like before, me and my sister, we would just shut ourselves in our rooms. We wouldn't want anything to do with our family. We're like, ugh, parents, and they want to talk about stuff, like important stuff. And then now we're like sat down, we're having fun, we're like creating videos together, like we've got things to talk about, we're bouncing ideas off of each other and stuff. Like we are so much closer now because of TikTok, and it's weird. It's weird to think about it, but it's brought us together.
Yeah, we're so much more creative, and I'm sure that's like, and it'll probably help your other content, even for LinkedIn, Instagram, like be more creative and try new ideas out. And I'm sure you've seen that already. Like, yeah,
well, I put a lot of my TikToks on Instagram stories, but not all of them. Like the ones that are just TikTok trends, they're not going to make sense necessarily. Right. But that's another thing. I've actually got people who've been following me on Instagram for so long who've seen the TikToks that I've shared and then wanted to work with me. And I realized that I've really, still photos don't work for me. I should be just doing way more video.
Yeah, they're way more fun.
They are.
That's the future, I think, is the videos.
I feel like people can connect more with a video than just a picture and stuff as well.
Yeah, and it's way less work than YouTubing.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, and way less editing.
Yeah, I think that really helps.
Definitely. So, like, what we want to know, because it's funny, everyone has their own sense of what they feel when they first log on to TikTok. What were your initial thoughts when you first logged on and were you like, wow, what's going on here? Or how long did it take you to kind of get used to the app?
I really enjoyed it. It's very addictive.
Very.
Just to keep watching. The first thing I was struck by was the positivity of the platform. To be honest, I thought from what I saw, what was on my For You page was really everyone supporting each other and saying go for it, whether they're there to say, hey, I'm here to lose weight, or I just had this terrible relationship breakup. And I thought, wow, so many of these things happening in life make us feel isolated, but if they can share it on TikTok and get the support from that community, what a great thing. The second thing was all the tricks and the dancing, me just saying, wow, look how talented these people are.
Yeah, no, but going back from the first thing that you said, that's something that I love about TikTok as well. Like, my sister, she just had brain surgery, and the amount of support that people give on TikTok is insane. Like, I made a video about her, and I had hundreds of people sending letters to my sister to give her, like, to support her through this, like, through her journey and all this. And it was just such an amazing feeling to have that. And I will scroll through my For You page, and there's like this guy that I'm really good friends with, and he's like sharing his journey, like losing weight. And everybody's so supportive, and it just, I love how much of a community it is, like a supportive community.
And how's your sister going now?
She's doing amazing, thank you.
Yeah,
she's going well.
She's doing awesome. Yeah, that's one thing we found is it's more community-based versus Instagram's kind of like individual.
Yeah, it's more like a competition who's better.
Exactly. It's like competition, like, look, I look more pretty than you in this picture. Whereas TikTok's, it's more community. And you get to interact, like you met Dr. Julie Smith, who you get to like interact with and share ideas. And you guys should do some collaboration on your TikTok, like duet each other.
Absolutely, yeah. We should do a duet or something like that now that I know what that is. But yeah, I think you're right. And I mean, that video that I mentioned, the first one that went viral, which is what kickstarted my following, I just threw up the phone, did it in one take. And as people pointed out, they were like, girl, brush your eyelashes. They were like, just like, And anyway, and I wrote back, I was like, oh yeah, I know. I didn't realize this was going to be viewed by more than 10 people. So, but then what I found was interesting is underneath that comment, there were people writing, oh, don't be so harsh. Like, concentrate on what she's saying. Don't pick on what she looks like. And, you know, so that was really nice. I also do feel, though, as a 34-year-old woman, I've been through a lot and I've come a long way with my business and confidence and a whole lot of life experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in people do say negative things. Honestly, I've got bigger things to worry about. I do just hope that for younger people on there, if they are getting negative comments, that they don't take it to heart. And
yeah. I talk about that a lot because TikTok, I feel like it's a really like open place to talk, like with no judgment. Like, I talk about mental health a lot. I talk about sexuality. I talk about all sorts of problems. And what I tell people all the time is my way of dealing with haters is I just troll my trolls. Like, if somebody comes at me and throws hate towards me, I just bounce back. I'm like, heck yeah, I just agree with it so that they see that I'm untouchable. Like, I had people telling me that I can't dance, and I'm like, I know, I need to go lessons. Even though I know I can dance. So, like, just troll your trolls.
Hell yes, girl, you can dance.
Yeah, but just troll your trolls, agree with them so that they know that it doesn't affect you. Like,
well, in one of my cases, somebody wrote a really, sort of uneducated, crazy comment. But I just checked their profile before I wrote back, and it looked like it was about a 9-year-old boy. And that's when I have to look and say, oh, well, this is not going to be helpful for me to say anything because I'm going to do more damage in my response.
I know, sometimes you have to pick and choose kind of.
Yeah, sometimes, like, if they're too young, I'll just delete it. But, like, if it's, like, a decent age, I'll just be like, whatever.
Go for it, yeah.
I'll just mess around with you.
Yeah, I like on Twitter, I definitely use that technique.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so what is your, like, plans for TikTok? Like, are you going to continue to make more, like, videos? Are you going to do anything fun? Like, what's your goals for the rest of this year?
Well, my goal for this year, I had a visibility goal, and across all of my combined platforms, I wanted to reach 20,000. But now I've reached that on one platform in March. I'll have to relook. I think what I'm going to do is, when you're a pro creator, you can see what the hashtags of the day are. Do you use that at all?
Do you? Like on TikTok, the hashtags of the day.
Oh yeah, I sometimes check those.
Yeah. So what my plan is to try to do one fun TikTok trend and then a how-to speaking tip video. Because I feel like if it's just all tips, it might be too tip heavy. I still want to show that I'm having fun with the platform.
Yeah.
I won't be doing any dancing. That's just because when I was at school, I was in a school production. They used to have to take me aside with one of the dancers, like on my own, and have these private lessons because I couldn't get the steps. So definitely won't be dancing, won't be singing. But I'm just going to see how that goes. And I'm very, very open to any advice or any help.
That's perfect. I'd say that's actually awesome. Like, you already kind of have it down on what the goals are because we always agree with that. We say, do some trending stuff and change it to where it fits within your brand or personal brand or your business. and then do something that's really like your theme. So it seems like your theme is talking about voice tips and talking about how to, you know, like be more confident in your speaking. So that's your brand. And then taking that and putting it into the trends is so key and crucial for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll
so one of the things I did, which worked really well, is my course kicking off on Monday is called my 6 week voice makeover. And it's a 6 week like Facebook course. And on Twitter, I did it like a makeup video. So like it's funny because I'm bad at makeup, but I did foundation, you know, but I had it was in the course along there. And then I said, if you're watching this and you want to find out more, Instagram message me. And then I gave them all a special TikTok code.
Okay.
And converted heaps through that. And I thought that that worked well because it was selling, but it wasn't like an ad.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And because that's what I'm trying to do. Like I've had a couple people say, oh, this looks like an ad. And I don't want to start looking like I'm taking away the heart of the platform or, you know, tainting it by selling stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the challenge.
There's lots of selling and ads on TikTok. We just don't really see it because it's very organic. So if you can do it organically, people will definitely come. And if you're especially if you're bringing value, I think then they'll come and they won't even look at it like a sale, like, you know. So that's what we we see.
You can scroll through your page, like your For You page, for hours, and you'll think you're just watching videos, but I guarantee, like most of them, people are being paid to like make those videos. Yeah.
Sneaky.
Jade posted one today and one yesterday that she got paid for, and you wouldn't know. If you went on there right now and said, which one is it? You might not guess. So it's pretty interesting. And that's what's cool about this. As you continue to grow, the monetization will start developing, not just from people coming to your page and learning more about and wanting to engage with you on your brand, but people might start coming to you and say, hey, we'd love you to make a video to our music and actually pay you.
Yeah, because I'll see you as a TikToker as well.
Yeah.
Well, I did have a local company offer to send me a free watch.
That's how it starts. That's exactly where Jade started.
I had a load of people offer me free stuff, and now they're paying me as well as giving me free stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's interesting. And I can see you already, like you have it down really well. We watched your videos, and they're really well for TikTok. Like they fit perfectly. It doesn't look odd. It looks it looks natural. So I can.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I see your account actually growing. Like you'll probably be at 100K before you know it, and you're just gonna be like, oh my gosh, now what? And then as you're trying to figure out the next steps, you'll be at 200K because that's pretty much how fast it grows.
Yeah, TikTok goes by very fast.
As we were initially starting when Jade was growing, we were like, hey, what do we do? Planning everything. And then we look again and she's already up and we're like, oh my gosh. So
I know.
So just keep doing what you're doing and I can almost put money on it that you'll be at 100K before we know it. I'd say even before summer for sure. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh yeah. Well, it's great. I think what also helps me is my business is quite established, depending on what happens with this virus, because all my conference speaking and a lot, I work with lots of clients for conferences, but they're being cancelled. And so, yeah, it's been a bit tricky, but at least with TikTok is that can continue with
no matter what,
whatever happens. And I know what I was going to say, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. If I just stay true to not wanting to be a TikTok influencer, but just giving value and trying to help.
Exactly.
Then,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think if you go into it and there's people and you see it on the accounts, you know how they say, I just want to go TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Maybe they're joking. I don't know.
But some people are joking. Some people aren't.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you've got no sort of backing behind the TikToking, then
I know. Yeah.
What are you going to do with it once you get all the followers?
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like people come onto TikTok just for the sole purpose of getting popular, but I feel like if you're not bringing value as well as being popular, you're not going to go anywhere. Like that popularity is just going to go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you do have to bring value, but you're doing a really fantastic job on that. That's why you've grown so fast.
Exactly.
People see, wow, she's bringing value. I got to follow her to see what's next.
Now the pressure's on because they say also 2 to 3 times a day, but I'm only trying to do 2 a day if I can manage it.
That's fine. 2 a day is fine.
2 a day is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if there's days that you feel really inspired, you can just blast it, or you can save some to your drafts for the days that you don't feel creative. That's a good one too.
Like, days when I've got all the makeup and the hair done and everything, I'm like, right, good day just to knock out like lots of TikToks.
Yeah, exactly. And then just draft them.
Although one yesterday was literally me in my nightie in bed, not showing too much, of course, and that works as well. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
People want to see, they want to relate to you. So if you're like laying in bed and have an idea, somebody else might think that they're laying in bed too. They relate more seeing you in your natural element versus like polished at a desk talking about all this stuff. Yeah.
Definitely.
So I think that's what's fun.
I would much rather watch somebody make a video of them just chilling in bed with no makeup on than watching somebody all professional at a table, like, okay, all polished. I would not.
Except for the ones that I do where I pretend to be the news reporter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how can people find, so you're running is it like a course you said?
Yes, but I'm not sure if this will come out. This will probably come out after it's already started because it starts on Monday.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Possibly.
So is there a way for people to see it afterwards?
No, it's a live course.
Oh, okay.
But look, if you'd like to find out more, I'd love you to follow me on TikTok. I'm on @SallyProsser so SALLYPROSSER voice.
Okay.
And I'm not an international woman of mystery. I'm on pretty much every social media platform known to man. So, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. And of course, my website, it's www.sallyprosser.com.au. Unfortunately, somebody's already got .com. They're not using it. I feel like I should try to buy it before I get too big and she tries to charge me too much for it. But yeah, so remember the .au, and yeah, I'd love to chat.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, well, we're really glad that you joined us today and told us a little bit, and I hope that your story can inspire other people to get on TikTok and take their brand and show that it's fun and there's nothing 100%. To worry about, and that it could help your business grow. So
absolutely, get on there.
I really appreciate you being here. And
yeah, it's been lovely having you.
So yeah.
Kyle, Jade, so lovely chatting. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.